Everyone, Kareem Rae here, and today we have Kwasi Poku, who's a professional footballer at Forge FC that play in the Canadian Premier League. Kwasi, how's it going?
I'm great. How are you?
Good, good. So it's our first time meeting online, so it's good to have you on. I see you got the Canadian national team jersey on right there. Do you play with them as well?
Yeah, I play with the U20 national team actually. Yeah.
Nice. So can you take us back in time and just share how you got involved into the beautiful game?
So my dad kind of forced me to play when he was young because it was kind of like his dream.
Mm,
So around the age of 5 or 6, I got put into house league just like everybody does, and then started playing rep for a team called Brampton East. And then from Brampton East, I moved on to Woodbridge for about 4 or 5 years. And then I played with a team called Unionville for about 6 months before I joined Toronto FC Academy at 16. I played with Toronto FC Academy and TFC2 for like 2 years total. And then recently I signed for Forge. Yeah.
nice. So you mentioned that you broke in at 16.
Yeah.
So just share a little bit about how you got in. How'd you attract, the opportunity to get into play with Toronto FC Academy at 16 years old?
Well, I was in a tournament with my previous team before joining Toronto FC called Unionville. I
Hmm.
was in a BMO Champions Cup. I don't know if you've heard of it. But basically, I played in that. I played at Downsview Park, which is where their home grounds are. And I impressed the staff, so they decided to pick me up from there. So, yeah.
Got it. And what'd you do on the field that attracted them?
I feel like I was fast and I carried the ball well. I feel like I had a good final ball. I feel like I could take players on. I was confident, and I feel like that's what really made them want to take me.
Nice. So we know players make it into Toronto FC. Well, very few players make it into Toronto FC's academy system, but not a lot of players make it to play with Toronto FC too. For
Mm.
example, and now you're playing with Forge. But how'd you make it to TFC two?
I feel like it was me performing day in and day out, hard work, obviously. Trying to be uh, one of the best in your age. Like when you're playing, let's say U17, you want to be, one of the best U17, so you can move on to the next. And then when you're U19, you want to be one of the best U19, so you can move on to TFC2. So that's kind of how I looked at it, and that's kind of what I did as the stepping stone to get to Toronto FC2.
Got it. And then from Toronto FC two, you went to Forge. Did you want to stay at Toronto, or was Forge a next step forward for your career?
So I feel like Forge was the next step because I wanted to play men's football as fast as possible. Um, I'm not sure if Toronto FC had a plan for me to go into the first team as fast as I wanted to, and I feel like playing men's football was the best thing for my development personally, and I feel like it's paying off. So I'm enjoying it.
Nice. And how has the transition been? Like, what's the difference between playing with TFC two and now playing with Forge FC in the CPL? What's the difference between the two?
Well, men's football obviously takes some adapting. TFC2 was more of my age group guys, my friends, people I've been playing with since young age, even before I joined Toronto FC. I felt like I was more comfortable there, but I feel like CPL has really been a step out of my comfort zone, a step in the right direction, because sometimes you need to step out of your comfort zone to get better and improve. And that's what I felt like I needed to do. I needed to take that next step. So yeah,
100%, 100%. And how have you been enjoying the CPL so far?
it's been good so far. Got a few starts, getting a lot of minutes. I'm enjoying it. Yeah,
Yeah. So you're currently 19, right?
yeah.
Okay. So okay, we got to talk about this, man. So you're young, playing in the CPL. Um, you seem very mature. Where does that maturity come from, and how do you continue to stay disciplined?
Maturity. I feel like that comes from my father, probably the way he raised me. You know, raised me in the church, very religious, a very just calm person by nature. So uh, I feel like that's where the maturity comes from. I can only thank my parents.
For sure. Um, wow, I lost my train of thought because you're just speaking. You're 19, so calm. It's good, man. It's really good. You got your head on your shoulders. It's good. What advice would you give to players, young players that are, especially close to your age, to go pro? What advice would you give to them?
Uh, I'd probably ask them if they really want to go pro because it may seem glamorous um, on the outside, like playing games, scoring goals, all the good parts, but it's really it's work. Like it's a lot of work behind the scenes. Training every day. Injuries. There's a lot of hardships and stuff like that. So I feel like I'd ask them if they really want to do it, and if they do, I'd ask them if they're willing to do all the little things, because it's the little things that make a difference in a pro's career, and it's the little things that'll take you to that next level.
Yeah, that's good advice. And what's your schedule like now? You're 19, you're at a young age right now, and a lot of things outside of the field change. People around you may treat you differently, um, in a good or possibly bad. I'm not too sure what you're experiencing. I'm hoping good, but talk a little bit about what things changed once you put that pen to paper and now, you became a professional back at that time.
Well, maybe I'd say that I've been a lot more respected by a certain group of people,
Hmm.
and maybe um, you lose a lot of friends along the way. But I feel like the reaction, to me putting pen to paper has been pretty neutral for the most part. Um, I don't feel like there's too much of a difference from, being a, TFC2 player to being a Forge player. I feel like it's that same respect that I've always gotten. I feel like I still receive it now, and hopefully things don't change.
I got to ask you, how did it feel to put pen to paper to officially sign your pro contract?
It was a really big moment for me and my family. Obviously, I've been dreaming of signing my first pro contract ever since I started kicking ball, and to finally do it was great. So yeah,
Nice.
it,
I'm interested to know, like, what about your dad? Because you said that was his dream, his goal. And what was his reaction like?
yeah, he was so excited for me. You know, he's he's he wanted me to be this. Like he's the one who put me in soccer, told me to keep going. He's the one who kind of drove me forward to do this. So once I finally got the opportunity, there was no looking back for him and also for me.
Nice. Well, congratulations to you. That's massive.
Thank you.
At doing it at a very young age is massive, and I can only imagine that your dad's very proud of you, your whole family actually. I want to tap more into tap into the field. What position do you play right now?
So right now for Jesse, I've been playing like a left wing back role, like left wing, left back, mostly left back. I've been starting, and yeah.
Got it. Do is that your first time playing that position, or have you been playing there for a while now?
Uh, Most of the time I've been a midfielder or a winger. So you know it took some time to adapt to it, but I feel like I'm getting used to it, and it's getting me the most minutes, it's getting me the most experience, and I feel like I can work on parts of my game I usually didn't work on in a defensive position, because I've been mostly a midfielder and attacker all my life. So I feel like it helps my versatility, and can contribute to my career later on.
Got it. Can you share some tips with the viewers in regards of, players will understand this, that it's a mind switch, right? You just mentioned that you were in an attacking mind, now switching to in a defensive mind, more so focusing on left back. How have you been able to switch the mindset? Can you just, share with us that?
Well, I feel like it's all about focus, like I had like in a game, I have to be more in tuned with my defensive side, and that's something I really had to work on, because let's say, because I still get in attacking positions, So let's say I go to beat the player, I cross, and then the ball goes uh, towards our net. Uh, Previously, maybe I wouldn't track back, or maybe I would be a little bit lackluster to get back into position. But at left back, you can't really do that. You have to defend. You have to get in your line. You have to reset and organize. So that's something that took a lot of time to get used to, and like you said, I kind of had to flip a switch and be more reactive on the field. So that's something I had to change.
Got it. And are you this calm on the field, or are you a little? Do you have like? Do you get a little more hyper, or are you more calm? Are you this calm
No,
on the pitch?
I'd say I'm a very calm player. Uh, I think that's one of my strengths. I'm very calm on the field. Uh, I don't like to rush things. If I can move the ball, I can, but I also like to take the player on, which could also be that more hyper side that you're referring to.
Got it. Yeah. I use the word hyper because I'm more, I wish I had the calmness that you had. I was more of a hyper, high active, lots of running type of guy. And still in my mind, and when I talk to it now, I wish I've calmed it down more now, but I wish I had that calmness, man. That's amazing. Um, and what about like talking wise? Do you communicate a lot on the pitch? Because we know at higher levels, you got to communicate with your teammates. So are you talking, or are you more so listening to the older guys? How's that?
Yeah, that's also something I'd say I need to work on. Uh, I don't talk much on the field, and that's something that's been expressed to me by other people, that I need to talk to more on the older guys, because I'm more of a listener. I've always been more of a listener. I'm a quiet guy, so yeah, talking is something a defender has to do. So that's something I have to do more often, 'cause I don't really do it much.
Got it. Well, leading to like towards the end here with we'll go last three questions. Do you have an agent right now?
Uh, as of now, yes, I do have an agent.
And how'd you get your agent?
Uh, they
If you,
contact.
if you could talk on it.
Yeah, I can. So they actually contact me. It's not really anything sneaky or anything in particular. They just contact me, uh, offer a contract. I review the terms and see if I want to take the deal. And yeah,
Got it. And what advice would you give to players that think that they might need an agent? What advice would you give to them? Would you say be the best player and let an agent come to you, or like what advice would you give around that?
I would say exactly what you said. Be the best player and let the agent come to you, because all you can really control is what you can do and how good you can be. You can't really control if an agent is going to want you, but what you can control is how well you play, how organized you are in the field, how organized you are off the field, and all the other intangibles. So control what you can control and let the rest play out.
Got it. We got to talk a little bit about Canada. You got it on your chest right there.
Yeah.
Um, how different is it playing with your national team than playing, with Forge, for example? What's the difference? What's the difference in level, and how are you enjoying it?
The difference in level.
Yeah, the difference. Yeah.
Um, I'd say obviously being a youth national team, uh, Forge is more of an intense environment, whereas the national team is more of like an honor, and we're all very like honored to play, and we don't really like kill each other in training and stuff like that. And it's more of like just representing the nation. It's more what it's about, and I'd say it's more calm, relaxed environment, but we do still train hard.
Got it. I just did an interview today earlier with Shayna Flynn. She also played with the Canadian national team.
Hmm.
I'm saying that correctly. She said, I want to get your thoughts on this. She said that it was a little difficult to create chemistry with the players because you guys all play with different teams and you guys don't spend a lot of time together. Is that the same case for your program, or is it a little different on your side?
Not at all. I feel like when I went to the program, I didn't really know anyone, but when I left the program, I left with 20 different brothers. Like, I felt like we all connected well. We all had so much in common. Some of them we've been playing against each other for years. played against each other in the academy. Some of even my childhood friends like Lowell Wright are on that team. So it's like, it was great. It was like a brotherhood, and can't wait to go back.
100%. Shout out Lowell. How do I say it again? Sorry. Lowell Wright. Yeah, I messaged him too. I want to get him on the podcast. So that'd be cool if you could send him a shout.
Well, I will.
I appreciate that. Last question. What's your most memorable soccer moment in your life?
It'd probably be between winning the Dallas Cup with Toronto FC or playing my first game against Costa Rica for my nation, which we won 3-0. That was a really big moment for me as well. So I'd say one of those two. I'm going to go with Canada because it's more recent and I feel like it's bigger. So yeah, obviously my first Canada Cup, my debut was great.
Nice. All right, we'll wrap it up towards we're at the end right now with the speed questions. So wow, sorry about that. You got to answer them quick.
Okay.
Who's your favorite team?
Chelsea.
Favorite player?
Hazard.
Favorite cleats?
Laces Adidas X.
Favorite food?
Jollof rice.
Favorite artist musically?
Lil Uzi Vert.
Messi or Ronaldo?
Messi.
2 goals in a game or 1 goal and 1 assist?
2 goals.
Would you rather score a free kick or a PK last minute goal?
PK.
And then if you were a coach and you were able to sub in any player in history, who would it be?
Messi.
Got it. Kwasi, before we go, I just want to thank you for taking the time for joining us on the One Soccer Nation podcast today.
Thank you. It was an honor. It was great.
Yes.